thunder of Jericho's fall was gone. In its place, the quiet groan of ruins settling into dust. Victory had been given by the mighty hand of God, and now his people moved among the rubble, not to claim spoils, but to honor his command and to begin the next step of their sacred journey.
And amidst the ruins, a promise kept. Rahab and her family stood among Israel, spared by faith, sheltered by covenant. Once outsiders, now witnesses to God's deliverance, a living testimony that mercy waits for those who believe.
The treasures of Jericho glittered in the sun, but Joshua's eyes did not waver. These riches were not for man's glory, they belonged to the Lord. Gold, silver, bronze, and iron, holy offerings, consecrated as a test of obedience for a people entrusted with promise. Yet in the shadows another heart stirred. Achan of Judah saw not the sacred, but the desirable. His hands trembled as they hid what his eyes had craved, a cloak of Babylon, silver and gold. In secret, he traded obedience for desire, and in one man's concealment, a shadow stretched across the whole nation. Beyond the ashes of Jericho lay Ai, a city smaller, weaker, forgettable by measure of walls and armies. And so Joshua gathered the leaders and said to them,
"Send men to scout Ai, which is next to Bethaven on the east side of Bethel. Go up and spy out the land."
The spies returned with confident words. "Do not send all the people. 2,000 or 3,000 will do. The enemy is few." But strength without obedience is weakness. The warriors of Ai surged forth, and Israel's line broke. Panic filled the air as men fled down the slopes. 36 fell that day, and the hearts of Israel melted like wax.
"Oh, Lord God, why did you bring this people across the Jordan, only to deliver us into the hands of the Amorites? If only we had been content to stay on the other side. What can I say, Lord, now that Israel has been routed? What will you do for your great name?"
The grief of defeat was immense, but the crushing weight for Joshua was the incomprehensible silence of God. A victory foretold, a conquest promised, now met with inexplicable failure. The very foundation of their faith seemed to tremble.
"Stand up, Joshua. Why have you fallen on your face? Israel has sinned. They have violated my covenant. They have taken what was devoted to me. They have stolen, lied, and hidden it among their own belongings. That is why you cannot stand against your enemies until the sin is removed."
The defeat at Ai was no accident of war. It was the weight of hidden disobedience. God's words pierced Joshua's soul. The sin was not outside, but within. Until the unclean thing was revealed and purged, Israel's strength would remain broken. At dawn, the nation gathered. Tribe by tribe, family by family, man by man, the sacred lot would reveal what was hidden. A hush fell as eyes darted, hearts pounded, and the shadow of Jericho's plunder loomed over them all. Step by step, the hand of God narrowed the circle, from Judah to Zerah to Zabdi, until one man stood alone in the center. Achan, son of Carmi, the silence pressing in around him.
My son, give glory to the Lord, the God of Israel, and honor him. Tell me now what you have done. Do not hide it from me.
It is true. I have sinned against the Lord, the God of Israel. When I saw in the plunder a beautiful robe from Babylon, 200 shekels of silver, and a bar of gold, I coveted them and took them. They are hidden in the ground inside my tent, with the silver underneath.
There in the dust, the hidden things were brought to light. What was stolen in secret now lay in the open, testimony of disobedience and the cost of one man's choice. Uncovered, exposed, the coveted treasures were brought forth, the evidence of a transgression that had plunged an entire nation into defeat and despair. The weight of their beauty was now eclipsed by the terrible cost of their theft.
Why have you troubled us? The Lord will trouble you this day.
In the valley of Achan, the valley of trouble, justice was rendered, a severe, painful, but necessary act to cleanse the nation. For a covenant people, a single sin could unravel the fabric of divine protection, and so the anger of the Lord was turned from them. Over the trouble, a mound of stones rose, a solemn reminder of the price of disobedience and the fierce holiness of their God. The breach was mended, the covenant reaffirmed, and in that act, a pathway to restoration was opened once more. And so the valley became witness. Achan's sin, heavy as stone, was judged, and the shadow lifted from Israel. The valley of Achan, a place of trouble, marked forever as a warning and a reminder that obedience is life and hidden sin brings ruin not to one, but to all. In the shadow of Achan's fall, we are reminded that no secret is hidden from the Lord. Yet even in judgment, God calls his people back to holiness, back to life. The valley of trouble became a warning, but it also became a doorway to mercy. For the story of Israel did not end there. Neither does yours.